I've got one change that I want to make to this that I'm kind of wishing that I thought of before I even did this. Okay, this is like very much like my table saw. I just came out and started building it. And it started on the bottom with this part that's one piece. That's different from the fence that used to be on here that was in two pieces, and you would adjust those independently. I thought this would be kind of a step up in that they would be connected and it'd already be straight and everything would be good. And then the fence went on next, and that was full length again. And I only made these cuts after. But where I kind of stumbled, if I can call it stumbling, is the part that goes on top. Originally, that wasn't going to be there. It was just going to be the fence. It was going to be these braces on the back here to keep the fence at 90 degrees. And that was it. Like, I would leave the rest open alone. However, I found that it was a little bit too flexible here when I pressed in with my finger, and I added this piece that went all the way across to stiffen it up. That does stiffen it up, but it doesn't look good. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is take those off again, take those uprights off as well, and take the whole fence off as a matter of fact, and do this work while it's off. But I'm going to duplicate the part that's underneath, that circular part that goes around and connects these two parts, and make a new one for the top that goes all the way across to the ends as well. So it kind of looks like it belongs there rather than something that was added on afterwards the way that these do. I kind of got a little bit ahead of myself and started taking it off. Before I made a measurement, I need to know like what this ring that circles around and joins the two parts needs to clear. So I've got the saw pushed all the way back. I'm going to put it all the way down, and I'm going to measure from the face of the fence here to the back of the blade. That's what it looks like I need to clear. And that would be 4.5. And then it looks like it's free and clear all the way around. So I can make it an inch. So the circled part would be an inch. Took the fence completely off. And there's another reason why I wanted to do that. You can see on the bottom here, it's kind of rubbing, making these dark marks on there. And that's because this is all the same level. So when I put it back on, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple of strips of masking tape on these parts over here so that it actually lifts up the middle a bit so it won't be rubbing anymore. I also took off that first brace on this side, and I set up my mini table saw sled to cut that to length. I've set up the stop block on there, and what this will do is it'll lower it so I can make that top part from 3/4 inch plywood, and it'll still come flush with the top. So the top part is going to be 3/4 inch plywood again. I've got my piece here, and I'm going to cut it to 5 inches. All right, so I'm happy with the shape of this and how it looks. I think it looks pretty cool. And that's what I was looking for. The only thing left to do is to fasten it onto the fence as it is, and it just lines up with the ends. And then I'm gonna drive in the screws that were there for the shorter pieces that I had and add a couple more. Now, I'm not going to put all the screws in yet because I have to take this top off again to bolt the fence down to the saw. All right, get the fence lined up again, and just tightening the bolts down now. It's worth a mention, I put the tape on the bottom, right, to give me a little bit of clearance here so that the platter would turn freely, and it's working a lot better now. But the way to adjust the squareness of this fence, or any fence for that matter, when it's off just a little bit, I've got my very accurate plastic square here to measure that, is to shim it with sheets of paper. That's what I use, or strips of tape. You can also use strips of masking tape. So if the fence is leaning forwards a very small amount, a strip of tape right underneath the front side here will tilt it back, and when you tighten the bolts down, it should stay. As it happens, this is a very square to begin with. I've measured it all over the place, and it's looking really good. So I don't have to do anything with this. All right, so bolts tightened down. I'm going to double check them just to make sure. Give them a little bit extra. Make sure it doesn't move. I don't like that when things come unadjusted. See, that one wasn't tight. And see, okay, first of all, turns freely, and then plunge down, and it clears. And then rotate the other way. This goes beyond 45, but I never use it, so I didn't bother cutting to accommodate it. And plunge, everything clears. It's a thing of beauty. And looking at it now, I can see that I could have actually made that ring on the back a bit bigger. But I think 1 inch is good enough. The main thing is that both sides are connected and that there won't be any flex there. Okay, I'm just gonna put the rest of the screws in. Then I'm gonna go in and get my water-based polyurethane and coat the top up here so that it matches the front. The piece of plywood that I used for the front here was already something that was used, and I already had 3 coats of water-based polyurethane on, so it's nice and smooth and slick. And the reason why I didn't glue it all together to begin with was that in case this fence gets beat up, like the face here, something happens, I don't know, sometimes a piece will go crazy and get jammed in there or whatever when you lift the blade. The best thing, of course, is to let the blade completely stop, but you know, you're doing one thing or the other and you forget to do that, and it grabs it and it bangs against the fence. It'll beat up the fence a little bit. That way I can replace this fence quickly and easily.